Welcome to And Breathe, Part 4. Now, I often tell people to breathe slowly rather than deeply. Actually, to get that slow breath can be easier than thinking about this deep breath that we're trying to fill up. Doing the online sessions has actually been good to be able to see when people are lifting their shoulders. I can see it in myself as well, so I'm looking at the screen and I'm looking at the client that I'm working with, and I'm looking at myself and I'm seeing when people have their shoulders rounded forward, and to keep them nice and down and back, and that's what we're aiming to do. So we can just take a little shoulder roll. We can only speak as well as we can breathe. We can only speak as well as we can breathe. So by freeing up the breath, we're freeing up the voice. By freeing up the breath, we're freeing up the muscles. And again, if we free up the muscles, then we will free up the breath and so the voice. So what we're aiming to do with this fourth session is to get your muscles nice and relaxed and free. So if you can do this lying down, that would be ideal, and just listen to my voice. You won't miss any movements that I'm doing. That would be great. But seated, make sure that you've got your feet flat on the floor. And we're just going to get rid of the breath as we do. We're just going to blow the candles out. And slowly take the air in. And out. And if you've taken yourself to lying down on the floor, make sure that it's on the floor and not a bed. Use a yoga mat, use a pillow behind your head so that you aren't stretching your neck too far. Be comfortable. Your legs bent, that's great, protecting your lower back. The point that we need to have to make whilst lying on the floor is that we want all of the spine to be flat on the floor. If you've got a curve in your spine, that might not be possible for you. But keeping a pillow under your knees or keeping the legs bent will help hugely with this. So we want the back of the head to be rested on the floor. You want to feel the weight of the scapula, the back of the shoulders to be rested on the floor, each side, and the back of the lungs. So by lying down on the floor, what you're doing is you're letting the floor support the muscles so that you aren't in your habits, hunching forward, leaning to one side, neck to one side. You're actually lying nice and still and easy. And I just want you to feel the rise and fall of your belly as you're lying there. You feel the rise and fall of your belly. So when you're taking your slow breaths, you're feeling the expansion and then this slowly coming back. And when you take the next breath, you're feeling the weight of the floor behind your lungs, the back of your lungs. So feeling the floor supporting, so you could take an extra bit of breath a bit lower down. And a slow breath in. And relaxing out. So the ideal is that when you are standing, you have the same effect, that you're feeling the support in the back as well as the front, and that you're not going into your habit. So there's no need to lift the shoulders, which is a very shallow breath and not what we need. And not just if we're singers or swimmers or high voice users. We should all be taking much more air in. There's much more possibility. So that's something to work with. So lying down on the floor, just a couple of minutes, just to get back into that baby breath. I'll see you again for part 5.